Well, this week the Housing Industry Association warned that we're paying more for our homes because of a dire shortage of tradespeople. A state government report also released this week says a shortage of workers across a whole range of industries could strangle growth in the next few years. Well, Patrick Emmett's been looking at the new drought threatening the state.
This is the beginning of the state's newest infrastructure project, a bypass for the South Road Superway flyover, the biggest single investment in a road project in the state's history.
The northern end of South Road, between the Port River Expressway and Regency Road, is the next construction priority. This section of South Road provides a direct link to Adelaide's industrial precinct.
It's boom time for the state's civil construction industry. In the past 3 years, it's grown by close to 400%, with the government rolling out projects like the desalination plant and the Northern Expressway. But building something like this is challenging and dangerous work.
That machine itself weighs 25 to 30 tonne. A bucket load of the rockets carrying is probably about 2 tonne. I mean, that's sort of more than the weight of a heavy four-wheel drive. So that bucket, if it swung into a car or into the cab of a vehicle, could cause considerable damage to the vehicle, let alone potential injury to drivers and operators, or somebody just walking around on the site. It is quite a dangerous machine in the wrong hands.
One of these giant toys can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and despite the fact you're moving huge amounts of material, the end result has to be amazingly precise, often within 5 millimetres. To get that, you need highly trained operators with a delicate touch. But like many industries, civil construction's supply of workers is drying up. Is your company worried about the future?
Look, we are in terms of available skills. We've got a very ageing workforce. A lot of our people have been with us for a long time, and they're all sort of getting in their mid to late 50s, and we're looking for replacements. At the same time, we know there's a lot of other big projects around town using up the available pool of labour.
As well as the ageing workforce, the much predicted mining boom is expected to ramp up soon, taking more workers out of the pool. That means a whole range of industries are worried that the shortage will start delaying jobs and forcing up prices. A state government report says there could be a shortage of workers in construction, mining, health and engineering within the next 5 years. And the Housing Industry Association says it's already making homes more expensive.
Adelaide at the moment has the least available trades. We are at the shortest supply of all the capital cities. In rural South Australia, unfortunately, we now rank as the lowest availability of trades of any region in Australia.
The association's survey of builders across Australia found 9 of 13 trades are in short supply, and it warned the shortage could become acute within a year. But it's blunt about the cause of its crisis.
The clear fact of the matter is that for 10, 15 years we haven't been training enough people to replace those who are moving out of the building trade.
It's lobbying the federal government to continue its incentives for apprenticeships, but it says it needs more employers to take them on. Meanwhile, in the civil construction sector, they've gone for a high-tech solution.
Around to the right and up out of the water again.
These might look like the latest in video games, but they're highly expensive simulators.
Actually help you out, just straighten it out a little bit, otherwise you'll just touch that tree there.
The Civil Contractors Federation is using them to train up the next generation of employees and retrain the older one. That's because operating modern machines is a very different experience. They often have computer screens and are controlled with global positioning and 3D levelling. But while the digitalised diggers might test some older workers, it's hoped they'll actually attract the younger ones. One simulator is even being sent to schools.
For some of the machinery now, there's joystick controls, and the technology that's been introduced does have similar looks and feels to a lot of the computer games, and we're hoping to use that to our advantage and attract more young people into the industry.
The simulators also mean training new staff is cheaper and safer. Did you have a few accidents at the beginning?
No. Here and there, a couple of hit fences, trucks.
Yeah, I've learned a few things. It's much harder to drive than I expected, but yeah, it's good.
The Federation is aiming to have a world-class simulator centre set up at Thebarton in the next 12 months, a vital step, it says, to avoiding a new type of drought that could be very costly.
For both our company and a whole of industry and for the state, it will have a large impact.